Welcome, brothers and sisters. This episode is for the witness generation, the generation that sees, remembers, and names what others lived without understanding. We will explore the covenant of African life, a covenant that was never religion, but a living order, a framework that guided land, lineage, governance, food, justice, and responsibility. Listen carefully, because this is not history as it is told in books. This is the covenant speaking through memory, consequence, and witness. By the end of this episode, you will begin to understand why prayer without power, faith without land, morality without justice, and leadership without authority are not accidents, but outcomes of a structure that was removed. Pay attention. Open your heart and hear the story of the covenant that never stopped working. The covenant of African life was never a religion. It was not something people believed into. It was not something practiced once a week. It was not something spread, taught, or converted into. It was a living order, an order that governed land, lineage, authority, food, justice, inheritance, and responsibility. An order that told people not only how to pray, but how to live, how to farm, how to marry, how to lead, how to correct wrongdoing, how to pass wisdom to the next generation. African life was covenant in motion. There was no separation between the spiritual and the practical, no sacred day cut off from ordinary days, no temple cut off from land, no prayer cut off from responsibility. Life itself was the covenant. If you disrespected elders, it was not symbolic. Memory broke, order weakened, conflict followed. If land was abused, the soil responded. Harvests failed, water patterns shifted, hunger appeared. If justice was ignored, disorder followed families and clans. Nothing was hidden, nothing was postponed. Nothing was abstract. Consequences were immediate and visible. This is what many today struggle to understand. Our ancestors did not live by belief. They lived by alignment. African spirituality was not belief-based. It was not text-based. It was not portable. It was not missionary. It was not abstract. It was embedded in land, enforced by consequence, guarded by elders, inherited by lineage, practiced daily. There was no idea of converting, no idea of spreading faith, no idea of saving souls, because life itself was already ordered. This is still happening today. African presidents rule African land through colonial frameworks, Roman law, foreign constitutions, imported political models. Everyone knows the land belongs to the clans. Everyone knows chiefs are custodians. But executive power sits elsewhere, not because Africans forgot, but because authority was structurally removed. Once elders are seen as cultural, but not authoritative, you don't have to fight them. You bypass them. This is how land gets sold. This is how minerals are extracted. This is how water is privatized, not through ignorance, through structure. Religion played a key role in softening resistance. It did not arrive openly hostile. It arrived mixed. Some rituals sounded familiar. Some moral teachings echoed ancestral values. Some songs carried echoes of older spiritual memory. But structure matters. African spirituality enforces consequence and inheritance. Borrowed religion does not. Marriage shows this clearly. Traditional marriage still exists, but symbolically. The ceremony most recognized is foreign, the legal authority is foreign, the names recorded are foreign. A child may carry an African name at home, but a foreign name in documents. Over time, the foreign name becomes the one that matters. This is not accidental. It teaches allegiance. It teaches recognition. It teaches which system holds authority. The same pattern applies to governance. Traditional systems manage small disputes. The covenant does not require belief. It responds to structure. If you remove authority from custodians, imbalance follows. If you remove law from elders, disorder spreads. If you detach people from land, exploitation enters. If you remove a roof, rain enters the house. The rain is not angry. The rain is not evil. It is simply doing what rain does. Our condition is not bad luck. It is consequence. And the covenant never stopped working. This generation is the witness. We can see what previous generations lived without explanation. We see prayer without power, faith without land, morality without justice, leadership without authority, and we can name it. Restoration is possible, not through foreign powers, not through foreign religion, not through prayer alone. Restoration happens when African life is re-anchored to land, lineage, law, consequence, responsibility, marriage, names, governance, resource management, agriculture, law, education. All must be reclaimed as covenant practice. Music, dance, and art flourish, but not as substitutes for authority. African people must live covenant life fully, not symbolically. This is the inheritance of the covenant. This is the responsibility of the witness generation. The covenant is alive, waiting, and the people are returning. History, prophecy, witness, all converge today. You see the pattern, you see the loss, you see the theft. And you know, the covenant cannot be destroyed. It is alive, and it will be restored by those who truly live it. You see the pattern, you see the loss, you see the theft, and you know, the covenant cannot be destroyed. It is alive, and it will be restored by those who truly live it. This is your call, brothers and sisters. Share this knowledge. Open the eyes of your family and community. Support the channel. Like, comment, and share this episode. Subscribe to Hidden Roots Africa and join the witness generation, the generation that sees, remembers, and acts. Africa's awakening begins with you.